Hello, and welcome to the Stage Direction's second annual Outsiders Tony Award picks. I, Jacob Coakley, editor of Stage Directions magazine, solemnly swear that I have zero insider knowledge about the Tonys. Further, that I have not seen any of the shows nominated for Tonys, except for one, okay? I saw one. And furthermore, I guarantee that I am basing these picks solely on marketing, hearsay, and an experimental algorithm I developed to mimic the mind of a Tony voter. The algorithm includes money and darts. I'm doing this with as little knowledge as possible, for science, and mostly humor. Before I begin though, I have to give a shout out to the Collaborator Party. After the Tony Awards unceremoniously cut the Sound Design Awards after last year's ceremony, the sound design community took the high road, acting with class, but definitely acting, to get the Tonys to reinstate the Sound Design Awards. And when John Gramada's petition to reinstate the Sound Design Awards got more than 32,000 signatures in just a few weeks, they knew that there was a groundswell of support from the theater community, not just from sound designers themselves. So to help celebrate sound design's contributions to Broadway theater this year, and in fact all of the collaborators who come together to make theater, John Gramada and Lindsay Jones are throwing the Collaborators Party. The party takes place Sunday, June 7th at Houston Hall in New York City from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., the same time as the Tonys. Thanks to their many sponsors, including lead sponsor Figure 53, as well as Mask Sound, Point Source Audio, and Sweetwater, attendees will have a chance to celebrate with their peers. Plus, more than 30 companies have donated more than $20,000 worth of prizes to be given out to attendees. Anyone not in New York City can still join in the fun though. They will be live streaming the party at visualarts.tv, thanks to their streaming sponsorship from USITT. And of course, you can always go to www.collaboratorparty.com to get more info. Got all that? Good! Here we go. Featured actor in a play. Okay, we're right up against it because I have no idea who these people are. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that they are all very dramatic and or funny, but still, I got no idea. Okay, I can do this. We're gonna go with K. Todd Freeman from Airline Highway because I like the sound of both of those names. Airline Highway, K. Todd Freeman. Yeah, solid choice. Featured actress in a play. I'm going to choose Annalee Ashford from You Can't Take It With You because just reading that gives me a nice fizzy feeling like fireworks. Featured actor in a musical. Okay, this is going to be the theme of the night. Something Rotten, On the 20th Century, and American in Paris. I'm going to go with Andy Karl in On the 20th Century because he's playing opposite Kristen Chenoweth and Lord knows that raises anybody's game. Featured actress in a musical. Okay, 3 of these people are from Fun Home. 3! Do you think they'll all pull votes from each other so that the other one can come through? And who plays who in Fun Home? Curse my not using Google rule! Alright, I'm going to use one of my 3 lifelines. My 3 lifelines include throw a dart, text a Broadway stagehand, and call an out-of-town Tony voter. For this one, I texted a Broadway stagehand who works on Fun Home. He said that he had a lot of admiration for Sidney Lucas's performance, which he called incredible. So I'm going to go with that. Sidney Lucas from Fun Home. Musical Theater Lightning Round. Orchestrations, Christopher Austin, Dan Sebesky, Bill Elliott for An American in Paris. Book of a Musical, Lisa Crone for Fun Home. Score, Fun Home with music by Janine Tesori and lyrics by Lisa Crone. Choreography, Christopher Wheeldon, An American in Paris. Okay, moving on to the Craft Awards. These won't be televised except in little snippets, but I'm telling you, these people give the best speeches of the night. I'll be checking them out on YouTube all night long. Scenic design for a play. This is where the one show I saw last year comes into play. I took a trip to New York City last fall specifically to see The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. So then it becomes a matter of if my bias for this show is because it's the only one I saw, or if it's because it really is that good. Frankly, I think it really is that good. So yes, for scenic design, I'm choosing Bunny Christie and Finn Ross from Curious Incident. Scenic design for a musical. Despite us interviewing David Zinn for Fun Home in this month's issue, I think this really comes down between On the 20th Century and An American in Paris. And I think On the 20th Century has a little bit more bling, so I'm going to give it to David Rockwell for On the 20th Century. Costume design for a play. Let's not pretend we don't all know it's going to Christopher Oram for Wolf Hall Parts 1 and 2. Costume design for a musical. There are some heavy hitters in this category, no doubt, but I'm going to give it to Catherine Zuber for The King and I. It's further in the past and encompasses both Western and Eastern styles. It's got a bigger palette, further in the past. I think it's a good choice. Lighting design for a play. I want to point out that Paula Constable has a 50% chance to win this award, being nominated twice. With odds like that, it would be foolish to choose anyone else, so I won't. I'm going to give the award to Paula Constable. I just won't say for which play. Okay, I will. It's for Curious Incident. Lighting design for a musical. I think people are in love with the choreography of American in Paris, and lighting and choreography go together like peanut butter and chocolate. So I'm going to give this one to Natasha Katz for American in Paris. The Vogue Best Actor Awards. There's been a bit of a buzz this year about how Anna Wintour is helping the Tonys by dressing some of the stars. Apparently Ms. Wintour went to the show last year and thought it was appalling, the styles that some people were wearing. So she and her staff have been hand-selecting certain people to wear Anna Wintour-approved outfits. With a style maven like that choosing people, it would be foolish to choose anybody else. So I'm going to choose as my winner anyone that Anna Wintour has chosen to dress, as reported by Michael Riedel in the New York Post. Best Actor in a Play. The fashion mavens have chosen Stephen Boyer in Hand to God. Best Actress in a Play. According to reports, both Carey Mulligan and Ruth Wilson have been tapped by Anna Wintour, which means this one could go either way. I'll go with Ruth Wilson in Constellations, because the play title even references stars. Best Actor in a Musical. None of the Best Actor in a Musical nominees were tapped by Wintour at the time I'm recording this, so I'm just going to go with Robert Fairchild in An American in Paris, because I bet he's really dreamy. Best Actress in a Musical. Using my Anna Wintour logic, this award goes to Leanne Cope for An American in Paris. But I have to say, if she does win over Kristen Chenoweth, it will be an upset of epic proportions. And we're headed into the home stretch. I didn't know what to do for directors, so I decided to turn to my second lifeline, ask an out-of-town Tony voter. I dialed up my contact, and this is what he said. Best Director of a Play. For play, he chose Marianne Elliott and Curious Incident, explaining that it's absolutely brilliant in a very tough field. I don't know about the field, but I got to agree, it's a pretty brilliant show. Best Director of a Musical. For Best Director of a Musical, he chose Sam Gold and Fun Home. He said that Fun Home is artistically uncompromising and ambitious. It deserves acknowledgement for its artistic sophistication. Best Direction does that. Best Play, Revival. I'm going to go with Elephant Man for this one. It's dramatic, it starred Bradley Cooper, and it recouped. Best Musical Revival. I really don't think there's any doubt that this is going to be on the 20th century. Best Play. This is a tough field. With all of the imports, I'm tempted to give it to the homegrown Hand to God, which is a hysterical play by all accounts. But I just don't think it can top the electricity happening at the Barrymore. Yep, I'm giving it to The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Best Musical. Okay, this is a close, toughly fought category this year, but mainly just between two of the shows. Something Rotten was not critically acclaimed by everybody, and it has incredible word of mouth. so it doesn't need anybody's help at the box office. The Visit is a nice look back, but nobody's taking it seriously as a new musical, which leaves Fun Home and An American in Paris. Fun Home has the artistic cred, but American in Paris has the romanticism and grandeur that the Tonys like. I'm going to use my last lifeline on this. I'm going to throw a dart. And the dart chose American in Paris. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this lighthearted look at the picks of the Tonys. None of these, of course, should be taken as any kind of serious advice whatsoever. And if you think you can do better, tell me. Let me know in the comments who you think will win, who you think should win, or who you think should have been nominated in the first place. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next month.